Hello and welcome to She Leads, brought to you by me, Abulatzia Imbukwa. Now, COVID-19 happened and so many businesses were affected. So many people lost jobs. Key among the industries that were affected was the events industry. Now, it's a thing of joy seeing businesses like Spring Occasions thriving. Joining us on She Leads today is Erena of Spring Occasions, an events company. Stay tuned. Erena, your story is mind-blowing. And do you mind if I say you are so beautiful?
Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Welcome to our program.
Asante sana.
So, Erena, kindly tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Erena. I am the founder of Spring Occasions. It's an events company. We do events in terms of decor, planning of everything, birthday, weddings, everything that pertains to events or anything that just brings people together. So yeah, that's me. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. Yes, that's me.
How old are you?
How old I am? Okay, Sarah. How old am I? Okay, I am 28 years. I'm not ashamed to say that. Yeah, I'm 28 years. But I know when people look at me, they're like, "You look 24." I'm like, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I look young. Yeah, but I'm 28.
Before we talk about Spring Occasions,
Yeah.
I know you have a journey. Mind taking us through that journey?
Okay. How can I? Okay. Now I started the passion of loving events 4 years ago. I remember, right now it's 5 years ago because we're in 2021. Last year I was celebrating 4 years. So 4 years ago, and I have been working in events industry. I was just employed in events, 2 companies. So one of the first company, it was an attachment, and then it lasted for like 4 months. Then we finished. Then the next company, I started working in 2019, February 26th or 27th. I'll never forget that day when I got this call that I'm hired. So I worked in a very, very big company.
Yeah.
And that's how I started. I can say that's how I started now the journey. I started working at events. But I was working before now Spring Occasions came in. I was working. Yeah.
In the 1 year that you worked in the events planning organization, how was the experience? Kindly tell us about it.
So I can say my 1 year in the events industry, it was amazing. It was really amazing. I got to work because it was a corporate company. It was a corporate events company. Though we used to do the social ones, like the weddings, the birthdays, but majorly what we majored on was the social company events. I got an opportunity to work with the Tunisia embassy. We got to work with the US embassy. We got to work with the we just got to work with a lot of corporate, and it was international. I can say, and I always say, one of the proud moments that I am so grateful to God was working with the US Air Force and the Kenyan Air Force. That was last year. It happened in Laikipia, Nanyuki, and managing an event for 1 week, that was the epic moment of my career. I can say that. Yeah.
In the COVID period, the events organizing industry was among the worst hit. How was the pandemic period for you?
So we were not prepared as a company. We knew, because that was now 2020. It was 2020 as it was starting. Yeah. We knew this is it. We're going to do big things, as a company. And then we had moved to a new area. So we knew things are going to work out. We had a client from the US. We were planning for their wedding. The budget was about 1 million. Yeah, the people who spend like 1 million for their weddings. So this client, all he needed was just to come and show up. And then he'd go back go back now to the US. So I can say for a fact that's where we knew we are making it. It's February. You already have a deal of 1 million, and you're starting the year. So I can tell you for a fact the company were like at a high peak. This is it. And then whoa, the pandemic came. Because now because the news was China, people are falling down. But we never knew that it would come to Africa or even come to Kenya. Because as we just knew it was China. So on March, because the wedding was supposed to happen actually on March, the last week of March. So the first week of March, when the clients are about to make their first deposit, whoa! And then the groom just sent us a screenshot and he told us, I'm sorry, but Trump has said there's no coming in and out of America. So we are sorry, we need to postpone the wedding. And that was a shock to us. That's when our reality now started now hitting us as a company. That our business is affected. COVID is real. No COVID, that's when now COVID now started becoming real. When that client pulled out, I can say that's how the shock came to us. Yeah.
You came from a point of getting international deals with even the US, and now you get to a point of selling eggs. Let's talk about that.
Life can turn. Let me tell you, my dear, life can just turn like in a day, within a twinkle of an eye. That's the right word to say. Life would turn, and I'd never seen myself in that position. So this is what happened. So at that time when the client pulled out, then we'd hear people saying, "Oh, I'm working from home. Oh, I'm working from home." Then I suggested to my boss. I told my boss, "How about I go work from home?" I hear people they're saying they're working from home. What about me? And he said, "Yeah, you go. You take the laptop, take the phone, your job. You go work from home. Let's see what you're going to do working from home." I was like, awesome. So it was on March. Remember, it was the first week of March, second week of March, third week of March. If it's all the movies and the series, I remember any person who's my friend on Facebook, I remember I had posted something and I told people, please recommend series stroke anything to watch. And I had like 100 and something comments. Wow. People like, they recommend this and I said, because now if it's watching movies, you watched movies. Okay. If you want to sleep, because we used to wake up early in the morning, times we didn't sleep at 2 a.m. because the event maybe in Ezakatweka Sana. You have slept. If it's eating your favorite food, you have done that. It's 3 weeks and nothing is changing. Then you come and realize, madam, you know what, by the way, you are withdrawing things but nothing is coming back. So it means mfuko yako pena inaisha. Before I knew it, in my house, I'm back in a 1,000 bob. And then I said, oh God, shock. 1,000? No, we can't deal with 1,000. And then I went to my friend's place. For 1 week, I told her, since we are both working from home and this thing looks like it will drain us, how about like we spend 1 week together, we just stay. And we started now, like you just stayed for like a week together. Then April, I decided, let me go back to my parents' house. So I went to my parents' house for like a month in April. And let me tell you, my dear, you see the school routine, in high school, it got me at home. Because now you're not working. So now you're going back to your parents' house. My house was still intact, but now you've gone back now to your parents' house. And the routine is the same. You wake up. My routine, my house chores, nimepewa home forever until today. Nataka nikiolewa niende, the house chores yangu ni kuosha vyombo. So I always tell people, I know my mom will and tune after this, but I always tell people, kwetu, vyombo zetu ni kazi ile za restaurant. Because we are many. So every day you wake up with the same vyombo, zimekungojea kwa sink. We are currently right now kwa nyumba tuko like 5, but we are 5 siblings. But sasa hawili kwa imejaa. Because also schools are also closed. So vyombo ni mingi. Every morning you wake up, unafungulia father gate. Ukishamfungulia gate yana drive anaenda job. Unafunga, unaosha vyombo, unapika lunch, jioni inafika mnaoga. Unafungulia father gate tena. Me was like for 1 month. This one, this is not me. I was like, no, this is not me. I started now isolating myself now from my family. They would have supper, me, I would go back to the bedroom. But when I was going back to the bedroom, it was now dawning on me, like, Erena, now life is changing. Like, it's April, you haven't paid your rent. You don't know when the pandemic inaisha. Because that's when people started now hearing people saying, this thing, it will stay for a very long time. And you're like, how will it stay for a very long time? Inafaa kuisha na ugonjwa tupate vaccine. And then you hear people saying that no, the vaccine will take like 10 years. You're like, 10 years, this life would be like this. I remember every time I used to watch the news, because I remember Mutahi Kagwe used to come around 1 and 2 p.m. and he would give updates of Corona, and it was not even being any better. There's no day that it was better. Every day ulikuwa unaamka unapata it's people wanaongezeka, people are dying, people wanaongezeka, and like, this thing is real. It really hit me so hard. And when it dawned on me, and I was like, no, I need to do something different. I can't stay in my parents' house any longer. I have a life. I'm an independent woman. Yeah. And that's what I have been for the past like 2 years when I started living alone. I'm like, no, it's not working for me. Yeah. So that's where I reached. I said, no, this is not working for me. So I went back to my house. And I remember I had to lie to my dad because they wouldn't want to let me go. So I had to lie to them and tell them, I need to go check my house. And they were like, okay, Sarah, but you're coming back. I told them, yes, I'm coming back. But I didn't come back. And then I talked to my friend. His name is Clemo. He was in Ukambani by that time. I told Clemo, niaje, I want to start a new business and I want to start selling eggs. And Clemo was like, that's a real idea. You try it. He was like, you try it. So how much do you need? I told him I need 400 shillings. And he gave me the 400 shillings. And nikaenda kwa klika. So my neighbor kanichano kanambia, tukupeleke place wanauza like 270 per crate. I bought a whole crate. Nikaleta kwangu. Kaanza kuboil. Nikasema, this is it. This is a new hustle. Life has decided we do this. I don't care what will happen. I remember I told my landlord, I'm just staying for this month because I'll takalia depo. And then next month, minatoka. And she was like, no, you're not leaving. We'll find a way. I'm like, let me try sell eggs. And you see, we're going to find a way. Because people are like, you're a very good tenant. There's no need of you going. Then, as I was telling you earlier, nikaanza kuuza mayai. Nikapelekewa sewanduzi. This guys wanduzi anakuanga anakaa pamoja. So nikawauzia. They walikula. But they were like 15, hata kwa 15. Si wote walikula, but some ndo walichukua. Because they were like, you always promote me, I always carry you, let me promote you today. So wakabuy the first day. When nikazunguka, I didn't sell much. And then make a rest because I was like, hawking is not my, because that's hawking. It's hawking. You're hawking, and then nilikuwa na kale ka bucket ile transparent tuletwa gedora lakini ilikuwa kifuniko tu clear, ile bucket ilikuwa tu clear, and then kunapata watu wanatembea na watermelon. So mimi ndani ilikuwa boiled eggs. Wow, I'm telling you, that day I sold kidogo, nikarudi kwa nyumba nikaambia best yangu manze, this thing is not working for me, and let's try the next day. So my eyes ilibaki. Nikariboil tena. I just warmed tu kidogo. Someone told me just to warm them because my eye boiled haiwa haribiki. Like maybe it's past 3 days. Nikarudi tena. Nikaziboil. Nikauza tena. Oh my God. Nilitembea hiyo siku. I walked. There's a place called Moihoko. There's a way, the way, because I stay in a place called Kahawendani huko. So the way that you can like juggle from Kahawendani, uzunguke, uende Mombi, and then you go to Moihoko. I was about to go to Moihoko, selling my small eggs. Nasi tuuza. I didn't sell. And I told God again, it's not working. Then I told my friend, I need to do something different. Then she told me, by the way, so piga tu chapo. Like, hii retu, hakuna chapo. Hakuna pika chapo. Because kani chapo, unatoa mbali. But you can just sell chapatis here. And I was like, but that's a very good business idea. Let me start now cooking chapatis. Then nikaanza again. Na Rolex, chapo. Alafu sikuwa na tuza chapo. So nikaitisha neighbor, akanipea. Again, chapati. And let me tell you, that business was good. It's a good business. If anyone is doing chapo, please, and it's making profit, it's a good business. Yes. But for me, it was tiresome. Remember, I'm from an office. I'm from an office. I'm not from misi mtu wa kuhustle na hizo tu zingine. Misi mtu wa jua kali, that's the word. I'm misi mtu wa jua kali. Mitoka from an office setup, I just used to go there, glam up. Clients are coming in, alafu sarua now we do like events. And wow, that business was good. It was good, but it was tiresome. I did it for like a month again. And when I did it for 1 month, gas ikaisha. Pesa ya gas haijarudi. You expect a business to come and give you some returns, So pesa ya gas haikuisha. Pesa ya gas haikukuja. And again I told God, God, I'm trying. I'm really trying my best. My boss is not calling me back. I'm sending a couple of texts and telling him, boss, I know kuna pandemic. Send me atakani 3,000. I'm your faithful servant. Like I've been working. Send me atakani 3,000. My boss is not replying. Blue ticks. And there you are. Again, you're doing these chapatis. You're trying. I was trying. By the grace of God, by that time, our church was giving out food for the youths. So I would go and take food on a weekend. Alafu your food again suma for like 3 weeks. They would give us dry foods like rice, unga chapo, unga ugali, and curry, and what else? And cooking oil. So that was, I think that one, by that time, I think it helped me now survive. But life was becoming hard. The 50 shillings that you thought you'd get, you're not getting it anymore. The 100 bob that you used to get, maybe after 3 days, life was becoming so tough. So one day I sat down and I told God, I'm done. My strength is gone. It's really, really gone. I need you to do something for me. I don't know what. By that time I was fading because now the reality again was just dawning on me. Maybe you'll never go back to this work. No. So then a friend of mine akanipigia simu in the middle of me praying, and she told me, would you want to come to work in my salon? Just do management of the salon. And I was like, okay, sawa. So what did you need? Because she needed a lot of help. And I said, so I'll step in as a manager, because also in my previous company, I was the manager of the company. So I'll step in as a manager. I'll try and bring in my skills, because I was working in a very big company. This is a salon. Yes. I'll try to just bring my skills. So I went and I started working there. The first week was okay. The second week, then because I saw because I'd seen what had happened, the routine. Then I told her, let's change the routine, or let's try to bring changes. For her, she was okay with the changes. She was adaptive. She was like, yeah, but that's a very good idea. But you're giving me, but I never thought of that. This and this and this. Because my side hustle at that time was marketing. And I was just like giving consultations as to people, like you can do this and this just to build your company or to build your brand or something. So I was telling her you can do this and this. But when you're in a place where people don't like change, it's hard. So I started now getting more resistance now from the people now within the workers. They're giving me a hard time. They used to give me a hard time. I remember I used to fika kwangu and my heart is pumping because unajua unaambia watu wafanye kitu they wouldn't want. They were like, how can you just, they were like giving me the attitude, how do you just come in, and start making changes? Like, who are you? You're not the owner of this business, It was hard. It was so hard. And it was so hard. Now I tell God again, like, it's a chapel. And now I'm trying to do this. I know this is hard. Hey, come here, God, you need to come. Like, you need to come. No, this is hard for me. It was so hard for me. I thank God for my 2 friends at that time, before I met this third best friend of mine. I thank God for my 2 friends at that time. They were really encouraging me. My friend Kola, who's in Mombasa, she used to encourage me. She used to tell me, oh, you don't have this? Because time unapata, I would understand the salon. Because time unapata, they haven't had the client for the whole week. So you can't even tell them, like, give me money. There's no business that has been done. I tell my friend, Aki, imagine nothing has been done this week. And she would send me some amount of money and again, it's kuma for like a week. I thank God for her so much. Until right now, she's still in my life. So another friend of mine, when I would break down and cry, I would call her and she was telling me, just push on. You don't worry, just push on. Because I was like, why am I receiving this so much resistance? I'm trying to help you guys, it's your business and it's someone else's vision. It's not my vision, yes, but I'm trying to help out, Then it reached a place and I told God, you need to do something. Because I used to wake up, I would cry. They wouldn't know. Even if you ask them right now, they wouldn't testify about this. But I would go, start crying, and then start my day off. like the way I told people in that post on Facebook. That's how it was. I will just start my day off and I'll cry. So June, July, August, I started praying. There's power in prayer, in fasting. Because me, I'm a believer. I'm a pastor's kid and I'm a believer. Started praying and fasting. At times I would even speak in tongues and I would pray inside. And I'm crying and I'm praying in tears. I was telling God, you need to change my situation. This is not working for me. This is not my passion. This is not what is in me. God, do you remember? I even used to remind God, God, do you remember in this house, I would eat whatever I would want to eat. Now nimefika hapa, it's hard for me to even to get some things. Like, God, you need to do something. Then one day God reminded me, you're still an event planner. I didn't change your title. You know, God has not changed my title. You're still an event planner. So do something. Then August, because now the salon now started now picking up. So at least we started now having clients. By that time, I used to get like 500 at least at the end of the week. That 500, sikuwa naitumia. I put it now in this small company. Remember now spring occasions, I go do now the adverts tomorrow. Small. I pay the guy when I get 300 bob. I pay him again. He adds, because now you add days. Now Facebook now allows you know to add days if you have an advert. You'd add days. So that's what I started doing. So I would pay for Facebook advert, and for a month I didn't get a client. I was still at that salon, but I think at least I was hopeful because I'd get people asking me for quotations. That's what now happens in events industry. They ask you for quotation. Maybe we have like 200 people. We have like 50 people. I love most of them. They would tell you, I don't know when the pandemic will end, but just do me a quotation just in case. Most of the brides were like that, just in case. And I was like, it's okay. Let me just do a quotation. And then one day, I think the first week of September, that's a whole of August, you're doing promo and there's nothing coming in. But I was so hopeful. I was like hopeful. That time when I was praying, there was just something new was just being birthed in me. Hope and strength, it was on my way. And on September, the first week, I got this client. Wow. She told me, hi, I have an event, but the event it's in the last week of September. And I'm like, God, another month, because that's another month again. So she told me, I was like, it's okay. Then we'd talk. We used to talk like every week. We'd talk, and she'll tell me if there are changes for the plan, because it was a surprise birthday party that she was planning for her boyfriend. So she'll tell me maybe the guests that have confirmed, maybe we'll change the setup, how many people. And we used to converse, and we were conversing. I remember my boss used to tell me, my ex-boss used to tell me, don't converse with the client so much because utampia so much information and then go for another option. But for this one, I was like, okay, like I'll give out the information she needs and I'll help her. And the good thing, the client committed. And when you know a client has committed is when now they pay a deposit.
Very brilliant. Let's talk about your first event with Spring Occasion.
Oh my God. Do you know I showed up very early for that event? It was at KWS Clubhouse. Yes. I showed up very early. Everything was just, I was so happy. It was actually in the morning. It was chill. Because it was July. It was August. So kulikuwa na baridi kidogo. But I was just so happy. Like this is my first client. And then she's doing one of the tents that I love. It was a canopy tent set up. And she was like, okay, I hope it won't rain. I'm like, don't worry. I've even been praying for you for it not to rain, for this event to be successful. And she loved the setup. And I can say I gave out my all. I gave out my heart. I was so happy doing that setup. And she actually testified and she said that I was professional and I went overboard to even take care of her event for that day. That's what happened. Then I left because now it's KWS and it's in the national park. You can't walk, so you need to get a taxi. So I got a taxi and mimi nilikuwa kwa main gate nikatoka. So when I was about to get a matatu back to town, I get a call. Hey, madam, sasa ushaenda? I'm like, yeah, nishamaliza setup. There's a client here, a bride. I'm like, what? There are people that actually, he told me, there's a group of people here. Mm-hmm. They have seen your setup and they have loved it. And now they want you to do their event. I'm like, can you just give the bride first of all? Then I couldn't believe. just give the bride nini kwanza simu. And the bride called me and said, hey, my name is Kate. I have seen your work and that's it. I want you to do for my wedding. That's it. Just like that. I'm doing someone else's wedding again. I was like, God, kumbe, this is you. Kumbe, the prayer, the fasting paid off. The waiting room. The waiting room, also the war room, because you need to pray, you know. I was like, oh God, it has paid off finally. And October again. So now when I got all this money in September, and then I went again and then I boosted now with a lot of money. Again, I paid for an advert. And I told brides, I'm doing a COVID offer. If they book a certain setup, I was ready to go at a loss. But my company actually to be known. Because my company was not known at that point, you know. And again on October, I got a very beautiful bride. Who's my friend until now. Oh. We did her wedding on 31st of October. I got another wedding. I did for 200 people. So that was the biggest for me at that time, at that point, doing now for 200 people. You know, you're coming from a setup of 30, 50, and that was 200 packs wedding. And I could also that one, it was a good setup at Kenya Marist. Yeah.
In the middle of a pandemic?
Yes.
You're not getting clients.
I'm not getting clients.
Now, you did an event for a very amazing lady called Maurine Waititu. Let's talk about her.
Oh my God, Maurine Waititu. Oh my God, that lady. Hey, that lady. One, I can tell you for a fact, if you're out there, believe in yourself.
Yes.
Believe in yourself so much that the world will have no option or no room but just to believe in you. I remember I started talking to Maurine Waititu in 2020, February. And I had offered her something, and it was just marketing. I was just marketing for another garden, so I told her to come in for a photo shoot, and then she didn't reply. And then after some few months, that's when now you know what happened in her life and everything. So I was like, oh, that's why she went silent, you know. So on this year, 2021, there's a friend of mine whom I was supposed to do her wedding. So the wedding was supposed to be around May. So you have done all the quotation, you have done your presentation and everything. So I was just sitting and I knew, this wedding is mine. Kwani, suni beste yangu, tanipati harusi. This wedding is mine. Ata alikaambia committee. This lady did viral show. So me, atanipea deco. But showcase on me, I was just sitting there comfortably. And I came to find out I'm not the one doing the deco. It was the aunt. She told me it was the aunt. Actually, someone from the committee told me an aunt has been given the deco. Family member. It weighed me down a bit. So I'm really, really happy for her. But at that point, you are a place where you was really hopeful. You're like, now again, my business again is doing something good. And I went back and I remember there's Maurine Waititu. Before Maurine Waititu, remember I told you there's a bride whom right now is my friend until today. Yes. And right now she's like a big sister to me. So I told her, I'm really down. Would you offer your home? I just stay there for a week. I want to just remove any toxic thing in my head. I just want to clear my head and just re-energize. And she gave me a place. She gave me her house. She's such a beautiful woman. Wow. She gave me a house for a week. Sikuwa nasumbuliwa. Auntie Erena, what do you need? Food. Auntie Erena, come. Breakfast is there. TV ko hapo. She was hata kwa ananisumbua. So when I was just sitting there, I remembered, oh my God, Maurine Waititu, I can actually ask this lady. I do for her a setup, like a birthday party or any setup. And then Maurine Waititu, she's a lifestyle vlogger. So at times you'll find maybe ameenda mahali na mabesti zake. So that was something that was in my head. I was like, let me do for her a setup with the friends. They just sit somewhere. I said me too. It was spring occasion. That's it. I was like, that's it. Then actually, Maurine Waititu, that week was her birthday. So she told me, then actually you actually come at the right time. It's my birthday this weekend. I'll let you know. Then she didn't reply. So everyone who was on standby to help me with this project, I was like, I'm sorry, Maurine didn't reply. It was Mother's Day, remember. I wished her Mother's Day. And she was like, oh my God, Erena, I'm sorry. I didn't forget. Actually, I didn't do anything for my birthday, but I have my son's birthday coming in. And she told me, let's do what you were thinking, the setup. Let's do it. I was like, oh my God. Then I asked her which son. I can remember the youngest one, Kai Kai. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I asked a friend of mine, her name is Nancy. She's our sales and marketing manager at Gemsuits. I told her, I have a celebrity I'm bringing. What would you do for me as spring occasion, also as Erena, and also Maurine Waititu? And she gave me a very, very good package, and I presented it to Maurine Waititu, and she was so happy. That actually made her even to be like, Erena, let's do this. So when I gave Maurine Waititu that news that we will partner with Gemsuits Hotel, then boom, she told me, now Erena, let's meet on Saturday. Wow. And then she gave me her number on Instagram, her personal number, and then she gave me her PA's number. I told my best friends, wase nikona number ya Maurine Waititu personal. I actually had to save it to see maybe I'm any prank because you get you're celebrities, like maybe I'm any prank, I'm in piano atawaishika ata haitaingia. And I save it on my profile picture. I see Maurine Waititu. I'm like, gosh, nikona personal number ya Maurine Waititu. Oh. So it was this day of meeting her. And when we were meeting her, I've never seen her. So she was stepping in because the reception area at a place where she had told me to go meet her. So she's stepping in. I see this tall, beautiful woman. I'm like, whoa. And then she had beautiful wigs. She had done alikuwa amevaa nguo ya purple. And then the people were following her, and I was like, oh, basi ni bodyguards wake. Basi anatembenga na watu wengi. I was like, hey, okay. Then we went and then we met the friends. Because now when we went there, we met all the friends. And then she was telling each and every friend, this is Erena. And she does a very good deco. I'm like, but you've never seen my work. You don't know me. But we really gelled. She was introducing me to each and every person in her life. The people who were there. I can't be able to. This is Erena. But then we have Kaikai's birthday. She's the one doing the deco. I was like, oh my God. I was like, and then nilikuwa nimechanganyikiwa. Kuna starstruck at that time. You're meeting a celebrity for the first time ever. And then ako hapa na introduced to these friends of hers. Saying very nice things about you, And then my feelings was just, I was mixed with feelings. She didn't give me an opportunity even to load, with Maurine Waititu. She didn't give me that opportunity. She judged with me so easily. And that's what I loved about Maurine Waititu. She's a free spirit. She's open. She's loving, because I've seen how she handles the kids. She's really loving. And I remember a week before the son's birthday, I remember we had gone to a place, just in Gemsuits, and we were doing a photo shoot for the son and her and the son. And we took time and we talked. That time actually we took time now we talked, because we were talking over the phone for a very long time. We took time and we talked, and I loved Maurine Waititu. And she was like, oh my God, Erena, if no one knows about you, Aki, you're such a very good lady. And she was like, Erena, as long as you're in my life, you will shine. I'm like, what? Really? I was about to cry. So Erena, as long as you're in my life, you're such an amazing lady, and people should know about you. You will shine. And I was like, amen. And that point, and then now it's reached Kaikai's birthday. Kaikai's birthday, I was doing it, and every time I was doing the setup, people will see the setup on our pages, on our social media platforms. Every time I was doing the setup, because now I had a team who came through for me for this event, with Gemsuits Apartments and a hotel. They also came through for me. My photographer also came through for me that day. My family, my friends, they came through for me for that event. Every time I was just doing a setup, I was like, will Maurine like it? Will Maurine like it? Even if it's a plate, it's somewhere, I'm like, will Maurine like the plate be like this? I changed the setup. Nilifika kwa site around 6 a.m. So I changed the setup until saa saba. I was just changing the setup because Maurine was on my mind. And I'm telling you, when Maurine came in, because now she came in around 1, he started crying. Wow. She started crying.
Why was she crying?
She was crying because she couldn't believe that I had done all that setup for the son. She couldn't believe. She was like, Erena, I am crying. She was like, I thank God you came at the right time in my life. And she really thanked me. She was telling me this is the most beautiful thing that someone has ever done to her. And that's when I felt like, wow, I am happy. You know, you're happy when your client is happy, but this is another level of a client who is happy. I was like, I thank God. Yeah.
So Maurine Waititu is a very big brand. And her coming to your business, she might have come with some great impact. What impact have you meeting her brought to your business, your brand?
So this is what happened again. So I decided, I remember on Sunday and also on Sunday, now I saw now people now, you know, immediately when people see maybe a celebrity has tagged your company on Instagram, they immediately now come back again on your page. So people started following me. I gained followers that day. I gained a lot of followers. I thank God for that. I thank God for Maurine Waititu. And then on Monday, I just woke up. I said, let me just share my story. You know, maybe someone is going to be inspired. So there's this group by Erena. It's called African Leading Ladies. Yeah, Leading Ladies. So I was like, let me just post my story. Maybe the admin at approve. I thought, and I'll post my story immediately, the admin will like approve of it. So how could approve? So like the whole day it was not approved. So at night, usiku, now someone text akaniambia, hey, I've just read your story on Africans Leading Ladies, and you really inspired me. I'm like, which story? What are you telling me? Kufungua TV Facebook, oh my God, one comment. People are just saying they are inspired. People are tagging other ladies. Actually, it was actually ladies. Ladies are tagging other ladies. Like, look at this lady. She has made it. She's making it. And people are like, Erena, you have inspired me. And that actually touched. That one gave me the most fulfillment. It wasn't about even the exposure, no. But when I see people even text me, and up to date, people are texting me telling me, Erena, I've been here and this is how but your story has empowered me. And that one has touched my heart. I was like, wow, if ladies can just share their experiences, all of us, we are in a journey. And also, you also want to tell people, like, wherever you are, it's not permanent. God will do something. It was a pandemic. People lost their jobs. Rent went unpaid. Even families even broke. You know, people lost so many things, but there was hope. There's hope. And I'm so happy. I preached hope about it through Spring Occasion, also through my journey, and also through Maurine Waititu. And right now, I'm up to date. I'm really happy. And that's how I met you guys again, because through my story. And yeah, and I'm so happy. So many ladies, actually ladies, not only men, but ladies, they are touched. When you see a woman doing something, empower, like Maurine Waititu, you know, she empowered another woman, you see? Yeah, when you see an Erena, but she has given a platform for women, you know, to empower women. That's why I think people should be right now. Women should be right now, because we are really, really strong people. We are really powerful. When we come together, great things will happen. And when I saw that, like, most of the people who are there, it's not even gents, women, and they are encouraged. Like Erena, you know, there's one who actually inboxed me and told me, Erena, just imagine my landlord amefunga niko nje. And I told her, you know what, my dear, if me I have a testimony, you'll also have a testimony. And she was like, Erena, thank you so much. People are coming and asking me, Erena, how can you mentor me into this thing? That's another thing it has birthed.
Let's talk a little bit more about the mentorship program.
I am mentoring anyone who has a passion for events, majorly for events. But out of that, because right now I have again 3 ladies, we are working now with 3 ladies. One is into fashion, other one again is into events. But these 3 ladies again, they're going to inspire and they're going to talk to you about how to handle a business. Because at the end of it, it's an events company, but again, you are handling and you're doing a business. You will know how to do quotation. You'll know how to approach your clients. You'll know how to close a deal at the end of the day. So we're going to mentor people on how to do things. And I can assure anyone who's going to come into this mentorship, at the end of it, you can open your own business comfortably, courageously, and you say, I have now, even if it's a different business, but come into this mentorship program, and you're going to gain something that's going to be very, very beneficial and impactful in your life.
I love the way you attribute everything in your life to God. And I believe it emanates from your background. Your dad is a pastor. How has being a pastor's child been for you?
So being a pastor's kid is very, very advantageous. Very advantageous. You get visitors a lot. You get to cook a lot. That is really one of the, I love those things. Cooking and getting and hosting people. It's really, really nice. And also seeing the story of people, like maybe dad prayed for this person and God has done this. Just seeing people's lives change, through what my dad is doing. And getting good testimonies about my dad, that is really nice. And again, my dad teaching me the ways of God. Yes. Just teach a child on the way they should go, and they will not depart from it. They will not depart from it. Even if utapata maybe life would like you see the way life had really done what COVID had done. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for the God for this God that dad had taught me, or dad had shown me the way, dad and mom, because also my mom, also she's saved. If they hadn't shown me the ways of God, and they hadn't even introduced me to this God, I wouldn't have found my strength. I wouldn't even have found where to lean on, Maybe I would have leaned on something else. I would have gone maybe into, but maybe I started now doing crazy things for me to survive. But they showed me how to just depend and lean on God. And also, being a pastor's kid, it has come with a lot of scrutiny in my life. You're expected to do this way. Maybe you want to do something in your life, but that's always fanya because now you're a pastor's kid, now you can't swear some certain things because now you're okay. There's a way you wear, and you wear in a very honorable way, but you get a lot of crazy scrutiny. And I'm happy. I can say I'm happy. I lived far away from the area where we are, because I can live my life. And my life right now, people can see, even if I'm a pastor's kid and I've lived away, it has not done me any harm. There's something that I'm building in myself. There's something good that my dad has nurtured in me. And it's being shown out there, my dad, Pastor Opondo, has done something in this, a small girl of hers, Yeah, that's what I can say.
Beautiful. And so Erena, with the great work you do, I know people will want to access you. How should they access you? Do you have perhaps social media handles or a website? Kindly share your handles.
They can find me on Facebook, Spring Occasions, then on Instagram, Spring Occasions _254. That's where we are on Facebook and on Instagram, and also actually on that all those platforms, that contact is my contact. So when you call, you just find Erena. So there's a number there, 0715 923 855. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So Erena, you have a beautiful journey, an inspirational story. Mm-hmm. And I know you have a parting shot for people out there who are maybe tied in their zones because maybe they have degrees, they have this qualification that they cannot go to a lower level of selling eggs. You sold eggs, you sold chapati, you hawked actually. Yeah, talk to them.
Okay, sawa. So I can tell people that life can change at any time. Life can change at any time, and do what you can do. One thing that I've learned with this life, whatever you give it is what it will give back to you. Even the world, if you give it positive energy, it will give you the positivity. If you give it negative energy, it will give you that negativity. Yeah. So anyone who's out there and they are wanangalia papers and they're thinking, my masters and everything, start where you are. Start where you are. If that is what God has destined for you, it will surely find you. But in the meantime, start where you are. Just start doing something. You never know, people don't know, but I was doing architecture. I did architecture. And then I figured a place, I'm like, this is not my thing. This is not my passion. And as I was looking for my passion, there are things I was just doing behind the scenes. I was just doing, but through that, now I found out my passion. Yes. I found that this is what I'm doing. Just start where you are, and it's okay. I know you're not living for everyone. Ukona degree ni sawa. Watakuza mayai. Those people who are selling mayai, they are paying their rent with that. It's just that me maybe ilinikata. But kuna watu wenye wakubali. And they're making a lot of money, you know. Kuna watu wengine maybe wana hoku kwa around. But at the end of the day, they are feeding their family, they are paying the good rent that they are paying, you know. They are doing investments, you know, all that. So, mtu asijidharau. Penye unaanza, anza. It's a humble beginning. Just start as you're just growing. Because you know that you're going from glory to glory. You're going from one step to another. Ulianza class 1 unajua au unajua kuandika. Class 2 ukajaribu. Class 3 ukifika class 8 hiyo ndio ukasema mimi nilikuwa class 1. Utastuka mimi nilikuwa class 1. So just see like class 1 ni mtu mwenye ameanza. They just started something. Just start. The time unafika class 8 and that's when KCPE it's being given to people who are in class 8 and people who are in class 1. Because you have to go through the process. You need to go through it. And surely, if that is your passion or anything is your passion, it will find you. It will find you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Erena. You're an inspiration to so many young ladies out there.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you so much.
You've heard the beautiful, inspiring story of Erena, and I'm sure you are inspired. As she says, do what you have to do. And everything will work out eventually. This is She Leads, brought to you by me, Abulatzia Imbukwa. Keep it success, Africa.